I just finished a comic that left me with a deeply unsettling question. What happens when a mind becomes too powerful for the person carrying it? Most of the time, comics treat genius as a utility. It's a tool used to build a suit of armor or gadget to save the day. But after closing Maxwell's Demons, I realized I wasn't looking at a superpower. I was looking at a containment breach. This isn't a book that wants to show you a hero. It wants you to feel the sheer crushing weight of an intelligence that has nowhere safe to land. If you've been following the industry lately, the name Deniz is everywhere. Between the political grit of 20th century men and the massive reality-shifting ideas he's currently bringing to the Ultimates, he's become the go-to writer for big ideas. Look no further than the Absolute Universe to see him killing it right now in Martian Manhunter. But to understand where that's all coming from and why his take on John Jones feels so dangerous, you have to look at this early blueprint. The story takes its name from a 19th century physics thought experiment, a demon that sits at a door between two chambers, sorting molecules to defy the laws of thermodynamics. In this book, that's not just a metaphor, it's a lens for a character who sees the entire world as something to be sorted, controlled, and reshaped. It's a story about the friction between an almost infinite capacity for action and a merely human capacity for judgment. From the first pages, it's clear this isn't a comic that wants to explain itself to you. It wants you to sit with it, to feel the weight of intelligence when it's paired with emotional instability. It was only after I reached the end that the thought finally clicked, and I couldn't get it out of my head. Tell me you're Lex Luthor without telling me you're Lex Luthor. What struck me most wasn't the scale, it was the intimacy. This is a story that constantly contrasts vast ideas with very human discomfort. Intelligence is extraordinary but never comforting. Every big concept feels tied to a smaller, quieter ache. The kind of ache that doesn't just go away because you're brilliant. The art reinforces that unease. Nothing feels fully stable. The world is presented in a way that invites interpretation rather than certainty. You're never quite told how to read what you're seeing, and that's intentional. The book trusts you. It lets meaning emerge instead of spelling it out, which makes the experience linger longer than a clean explanation ever could. When I finished Maxwell's Demons, I didn't feel like I'd read a twist comic. I felt like I'd been handed a mirror. Seen through that lens, this book isn't just an early work, it's a secret origin for everything Camp is doing right now at DC and Marvel. The empathy, the restraint, the fascination with intelligence as both gift and liability. That's why Deniz Camp stands out to me as one of my favorite writers in comics right now. Not because he's having a moment, but because he understands what power does to people long before it changes the world. If you like comics that trust you, stories that don't rush to explain themselves, Maxwell's Demons is worth finding. Read it cold, avoid spoilers, and then go pick up Absolute Martian Manhunter to see how these seeds are finally blooming. I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can pick it up over at Vault Comics website.